everybody, and welcome back into the shop. Yes, it is me. This is the face behind the fur. But let's get back to why we're actually here. Today, we're taking a look at the aquaponics. This is actually going to take me a series of a few days to get done. But I am starting a clean sweep. The issues with the pH have just gotten too out of control. And I'm not liking the way it's looking. So I'm going to do something about it. Day one, I gotta clean it out. I have a lot of the clay pellets that I've had these things for years. I think I'm gonna end up keeping them. Maybe, I don't know, stuffing them in a nylon or something, dropping them in there. I don't know. I'll figure something out so that I can have somewhere for bacteria to collect. But just these seedlings, they're not looking good. The cuttings are not looking good. Actually, the plums don't look that bad. But otherwise, everything else in here is pretty much dying off. I mean, just looking at this kale here, I don't like to see that in my garden. I was warned of this because of the rocks, and I'm going to do something about it. So, I got to get rid of the rocks. So I guess for the next step in this grand adventure, I got to take up some of these boards, cut them down to 22¼ inches. Next up, I've marked these at about 7 inches in towards the center from the edge. Gives me pretty decent spacing. I'm going to actually convert this to something closer to square foot gardening, because why not? If I'm going to completely mess with my system, I might as well completely mess with my system. Alright, so I've just drilled some 2-inch holes in here because I'm still using these same old 2-inch net cups I've had since forever. As you can tell, my faithful companion is out here with me, video bombing as always. Some of these, you know, they're a little on the could fall through side, but once I dig out the liquid rubber, I'm going to paint these, and that'll help fill in some of the gap here a little bit. So next, I've got to test the water level in here to see if I need to adjust my standpipe now that this is a DWC bed. Again, this poor bed has gone back and forth so many times. The thing with converting from a media bed to a DWC bed is that without all the rocks and the various bits of, well, media in there, it takes an awful lot more water to run the system. So I'm probably going to need to add, I'd say at least 10 more gallons to this. But right now we're just checking to see if the current water level comes up into the bottom of my cups or not. As you can see, I'll have to make a few adjustments for plumbing as I go along here, but I'll do that when I paint it for the liquid rubber, I think. But, yes, is that old standpipe gonna be tall enough? Inquiring minds need to know. Alright, so testing the standpipe for height, take 2, as it turns out. This one should work a little better. I hope. So we can see with the new height of the standpipe, I'm getting water just along the bottom there, which I believe is ideal. I don't really know. I've dabbled with deep water culture a couple of times, but hasn't really been my thing, you know, flood and drain, that's been my thing. But here we've got one kale that managed to survive, and I've got another one over here that managed to survive, and I'll look around, see what else I can maybe put in here. But this is basically going to be the new face of JT's aquaponic garden for now. So before I can put more of these boards in, I'm going to have to pound out a few nails, but that, I think, is going to be fabulous. These are our 4 surviving plants. We've got 2 of the, both look to be dino kale. This one might be blue curled, but it's hard to tell with all the damage those plants took. It's a scoring pencil. We've got one of the peas that was out here. It's not looking great, but I'm hoping it will improve. And then I have a Brussels sprout that was still alive. So let's hope they make it. Deep water culture, from what I understand, is more of a lettuce and things like that type garden experience. But kales, I eat kale instead of lettuce. So there you go. Alright, so as most of you know, my garden is pretty much always in a state of change, and this is probably not going to be its final resting place, as it were. I'm going to need to make a few more adjustments and things along the way, and like I said, when I finally uncover the liquid rubber, I do want to coat these boards a little bit. But Otherwise, if you've got any advice for me on deep water culture aquaponics, I would love to hear it. Throw it down in the comments down below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Alright everybody, I'm going to wrap it up here because I still got a lot of work to do, but it's all repetition, so I'm not going to bore you guys with it. And I know I will see you tomorrow because there have been some huge changes in that bunker garden. So I will see you tomorrow for Sundays in the Garden. Have a great night, everybody. See you later.